Hello, today we're doing the May 2023 Edexcel higher paper, which is a non-calculator paper. We're on question 6 now, so let's read the question. It says the scatter graph shows information about the ages and weights of some babies. You can see that the weight is given in kilograms, and that's on the y-axis, the vertical axis, and the age is given in months, and that's along the x-axis. And part A is to describe the relationship between the age and the weight of the babies. And when you're looking at this part, you may want to think about vocabulary that you've used in the past to describe relationships in scatter graphs. Which vocabulary have you used in the past, and which from that vocabulary which is relevant to the answer in part A. In part B, it gives you a piece of information. It says another baby has a weight of 5.8 kilograms, and you have to use the scatter graph to find an estimate for the age of this baby. So when you're looking at this part or trying to answer this part of the question, you may want to think about these things. What line do you need to draw on this graph to be able to use it to estimate the age of the baby? A line that you've often probably drawn on scatter graphs that you've done in the past. And which axis will you start at? Which axis will you start at? And you might want to think about that, considering that they've given you the weight. They've given you the weight. So you might want to think about that, considering that they've given you the weight. Pause the video, have a go at the question, and then come back and we'll do the question together. So let's have a look at the question. Part A, describe the relationship between the age and the weight of the babies. You can see clearly if you go along the x-axis, and the points are going further and further up the y-axis, meaning that as the age increases, the weight increases. So out of the words that you've normally used in describing relationships in scatter graphs, there is a correlation, and because one thing increases and the other thing increases, the other variable increases as well. As the age increases, the weight is increasing. There is a positive correlation. So your simple answer here would just be there is a positive correlation. Positive correlation. Correlation between age and weight. Okay, let's move on to the next part. And it says another baby has a weight of 5.8 kilograms. Using the scatter graph, find an estimate for the age of this baby. And I asked you to think about what line do you often draw on scatter graphs, and would that help you to answer this question? So let's do one thing, and let's go along the y-axis, which is the weight, and go up to 5.8 and just mark that there. So that is 5.8 kilograms. Okay. Now, if you remember, often when you're drawing, when you're looking at scatter graphs and you want to estimate information from them, you will have drawn what is called a line of best fit. A line of best fit is a line which goes through your points. It may actually go through some of the points. It won't go through all of them. But when you draw it, you will have an almost, or maybe sometimes even an exact number of points, the same number on either side of the line. So basically the line is trying to show the general trend of the data. It's also trying to follow the best path through the points, trying to keep points on either side equidistant from the line and about the same number on each side of the line. Okay, So now that we've drawn our line of best fit, what we do is we take a line from our 5.8 and we're going to start there because that's the information that we know. That's the information that we know, so that's why we're starting there. So we'll take this, move it. There's our 5.8. That's where we marked it. And then we're going to take this line and we're going to then drop perpendicular down to the y-axis or to the age, because that's what we're trying to estimate. We're trying to estimate the age. And there we have it. It's not quite straight. Okay. And if we look at the age here, we can see that on this axis here, this is 3 here. That's 3. So 3.2, 3.4, 3.6. I make that 3.6 months according to our line of best fit and using this graph. So here we're going to say that it's approximately 3.6 months. Okay. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'm happy to answer them for you.